الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. Imam Ahmad collected in his Musnad as well as in Al-Bukhari in Al-Adab Al-Mufrad on the authority of Anas ibn Malik. He said that the Prophet ﷺ says, if the day of judgment, the hour, comes upon one of you and he has in his hand fasila, a seedling, meaning the plant to plant. He says, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, let him plant it before he cannot. In this hadith, subhanallah, the Prophet ﷺ speaks about the Day of Judgment, and meaning two things to keep in mind, subhanallah. The concept of the Day of Judgment comes in two different forms. One, it will come individually upon each and every one of us. That comes in the form of our transition to the life in the barzakh, the grave, and that is through death. A death is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's way to transport us from this physical world into the next world of the barzakh. However, there is also the collective death for all that exists, and that is the Day of Judgment. That is collectively for every single creation of Allah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala described it with the blowing the horn when He commands Israfil to blow in the horn. فَصَعِقَ مَنْ فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. That every single creation of Allah, whether that is in the heavens or on earth, will perish, will come to cease to exist, so that every one will move over to the next phase towards the Day of Judgment, but that phase will be in the barzakh. So the Prophet ﷺ mentions death, qiyamah, whether that is on a personal level by death, or when it comes to the Day of Judgment, if it happens, rush to plant that seedling that you have. And the Prophet ﷺ is not talking about a specific farming method, but rather Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Prophet ﷺ rather is talking about the urgency of seizing the opportunity of whatever access you might have to a good deed. Do not delay it, in other words. Don't delay it. And the Day of Judgment or death should be a motivator for us to excel in rushing towards doing good and not delaying it or putting it off, because procrastination is, subhanallah, a tool a shaitan uses with each and every one of us based on that person's inclinations to put off that which is good. Usually a shaitan will always make it appealing and attractive for you when he sees your determination to really take care of something good that would be of benefit to you as a blessing for this world, and a hasanat, and a good deed for you for the hereafter, and a provision, of course, for your journey towards the hereafter as well. All of it is stemming from the good deed. Good deed, it blesses your livelihood in the life of this world. It is also a provision for your long journey towards Allah Ta'ala to the hereafter. It is also your building material for your Jannah with Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. All of this is stemming from the multifaceted role that a good deed does for each and every one of us. The shaitan doesn't want you to benefit from any of these. And that's why he will distract you by anything that will put you in that decision mode of procrastination, of delaying, of putting it off. He said, don't do that. And this is the essence of this hadith, subhanAllah. Everything is in the very moment where you're in is an urgent moment for you to seize the opportunity of doing good, whatever that opportunity is. As the Prophet ﷺ says, istaqimu wa lan tuhsu, your access to upwardness and piety and righteousness is unlimited. It's unlimited. So whatever access you might have to righteousness and to doing good for yourself and for others, just seize that opportunity. He said, and he gave like the extreme urgent scenario, and that is the day of judgment is happening, where people usually will be very overwhelmed with any focus on any good deed. He says, even in that moment, which is the most urgent and the most terrifying experience a person might go through, even in that moment, and you have an opportunity to do good, jump on it, seize it, do not delay it, and don't focus your energy on being scared, on being frightened. Instead, focus always on the akhirah. And it's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it to where وَالَّذِينَ جَاهَدُوا فِينَا لَنَهْدِيَنَّهُمْ سُبُلَنَا. If you set yourself with that determination of always doing good, Allah will aid. Allah will make it easy. Allah will pave the way for you to do good. أي يعلم الله في قلوبكم خيرا يؤتكم خيرا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it to where if He sees good in your intention and in your determination, Allah will bless that direction. فنسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى أن يرزقنا وإياكم العلم النافع والعمل الصالح. وصلى الله وسلم على نبينا محمد والحمد لله رب العالمين.